My brother said, don't say anything to the folks, but he said, after we eat supper and it gets dark, he said, I'm going to put my clothes out the window, and then I'm going out the window. And then in the morning, I'm going to walk up to Pine Mountain School and see if they'll let me go to school there. And I said, you don't have to worry about me saying anything, because I'm going to be right behind you.
'Twas an afternoon in springtime, folks were jolly everywhere, preparing for an entertainment. Never dreamed that death was near to a little country schoolhouse. Neighbors thinking they would go, they would have a jolly evening at the children's little show. We could hear those children singing.
This alumni, the annual Alumni and Friends Association, is a wonderful way for people who go back longer than when most of us were born to come together, renew old bonds, old stories, at a place that to a person is still one of the most special experiences of their lives.
What stands out in my mind a whole lot about Pine Mountain is Easter. The seniors got to go up, have breakfast outside the chapel on Easter morning. And there's around the chapel there are a lot of dogwoods and redbuds, and it was a sacred scene, you know. It just looked really spiritual.
It's remarkable to me that in all the correspondence that I've read and all the discussions that I've had with the alumni, that the clear picture that emerges is that the staff and the people who worked at Pine Mountain Settlement School really tried hard to give a rounded education at a time when most young people were taught to work, and that was their role in this life, is to go get a job early, to work, to provide income and food for the family on this side of the mountain. This side of the mountain was not on the way to any place. This was out of the way. It's remarkable that you have dedicated people at Pine Mountain Settlement School going back to 1920 who worked hard to provide these children with an education beyond what you could get in most cities, I would say.
Remember, these teachers gave their time. They donated, they gave. They were here because they wanted to be here. Not because the pay was good or anything. No, pay was good.
We had a top-notch teacher. Most of it, we had one of them that's graduated from Yale, and you know, they didn't come here for money. They come here to help the mountain people. And we had one graduated from Harvard. You see, we had these kind of people. What they want to do is to help the mountain people. And that's what they did.
We were taught to be honest, and we were taught to work. Of course, my mother always thought being lazy was a dirty word before I came. But we learned to work, and we learned to cook and sew and read and write. And
it was, you know, it just the starting of how to do things. This is what Pine Mountain was about. They weren't teaching you to use computers. They weren't even invented then. They were teaching you how to get through life as they knew it. It took place here in the hills.
The work programs that they had, like you had assigned different duties, you know, like they had the farm, which we grew most of what we ate here. We had a dairy herd up here. That was part of the farm. And the woodworking shop and the printing shop. In the last 2.5 years that I was here, I worked in the printing shop. I printed all the literature that the school mailed out, and calendars and everything, you know, printed the chapel program, everything printed on it. All printing required by the school was done in the print shop here, and I worked in that shop. And for 2.5 years, I even printed my own diploma. when I graduated.
First of all, I had a half brother by the name of Brett Wilder that had worked here for 20 years. And I knew in and out about Pine Mountain all the time. And it was all good. In fact, it was great about Pine Mountain. And I found it to be so whenever I come up here.
I had a very good life here, and this has always been more of a home to me than my own home.
An old man's hopes for the children of the Kentucky mountains. I don't look after wealth for them. I look after the prosperity of our nation. I want all young'uns taught to serve the living God. Of course, they won't all do that, but they can have good and evil laid before them, and they can choose which they will. I have heart and craving that our people may grow better. I have deeded my land to the Pine Mountain Settlement School to be used for school purposes as long as the Constitution of the United States stands, hoping it might make a bright and intelligent people after I'm dead and gone.
Some of you people don't realize that. Taking the world by storm. Don't even know how to treat your family. Doing all kind of ways. Living all kind of lives. Saying everything.